Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Custom Figure Showcase. The Doctor is in. Now I had planned to bring you a Did You Know video today. I'm now going to do that on Friday because basically due to other priorities, due to the current situation, I ran out of time. But I wasn't planning to do a video then today. However, on Twitter this morning I noticed people pointing out that today would have been Patrick Troughton's 100th birthday, and I actually missed, unfortunately, the centenary of John Pertwee's birthday. I wish I had a video planned for that because I would have loved to have done something. So I didn't want to miss this one, so I thought today I would show you a couple of Patrick Troughton Second Doctor customs I've got, or at least two of relatively the same custom, because this is the Second Doctor as he appeared in Power of the Daleks. As many of you will know, obviously I have my lineup on the top, and I previously did a Second Doctor, which I did a little bit of a repaint on his trousers, but they were very grey, so I liked the idea of adding a bit more colour to the character, so I decided to go with the sort of trouser pattern that was seen or suggested in colour versions of Power of the Daleks, complete with his little belt as well. Just to make him look a little bit different, but I then found myself with another Second Doctor spare, and after doing the first Doctor black and white custom I did from the Web Planet, I thought, well, why not do a custom black and white Second Doctor? And then I hit on the idea of thinking, well, if I'm going the whole hog and this is Power of the Daleks, why not do the hat as well, which as you can see I have done here. So overall it's exactly the same sort of sculpt that I've used in terms of the colour figure, but obviously it's painting it with black and white tones and things like that, and obviously the different head sculpt, which we are going to zoom in on and have a look at now. So here we have the Second Doctor head sculpts with the hat. You can also see I've done one here in colour just to see what it looks like. So the hat itself is actually, it started off life as a Impossible set 11th Doctor hat, onto which I've just sort of sculpted on some extra parts, milliput on the top, and then just sort of given it some little notches and things like that to make it look a bit more like what's seen on screen. It's not exactly perfect, but I think it does the job, and it certainly looks good. I think the front is its best angle, but it certainly does look the part. And I'm very pleased with how it's come out. I'm not going to add this colour one to the other figure that you saw on screen before, because I do like to have my Doctors on the top of my shelves, with the exception of possibly the 7th Doctor, without their hats, because this wasn't something that he wore a huge amount of the time, so it's something that I sort of do prefer to keep off. But I wanted to do obviously the colour one as well, just because it looks nice, and I might add this to another figure in future, maybe, so we'll see. But obviously, as usual, these heads will be available on my Etsy and eBay shops. But on that note, there is just something very quickly I would like to talk about regarding my shops and the foreseeable future. So in regards to my shop, basically my shops, I should say, my eBay and Etsy shops are still open. I am self-isolating myself due to needing to self-isolate for my parents. So I'm not going out anywhere, I'm trying to isolate myself, so I feel relatively confident, shall we say, that my very, very, very limited contact with people means I feel fine in myself, I don't feel unwell, and so anything that I send out from my shop is not at risk of contamination. Obviously once I send it out I can't control who handles it, but in myself what is sent out from my shop should still be fine. So I'm going to keep my stores open, but for the foreseeable future, as of any orders placed today and after, may be subject to additional postage cost. I'm actually going to update my shop and postage costs soon, because basically what I want to do to minimise the risk of me coming into contact with people, but also minimising the risk of it going through a lot of different channels, I'm actually going to look at getting the parcels, any orders collected from my door, probably by Parcel Force or something like that, because obviously I want to be able to track them to make sure they arrive as well. And unfortunately, along with having to order in packages like jiffy bags and things like that that I need to send them out, normally I would go around to my local post office to get them. I can't do that, so I've got to order them in. So for the foreseeable future there are going to be additional postage costs on my shop, I do apologise for this, and I want to make it clear it is only going to be a temporary measure, but I hope you understand that the reason for this is out of necessity for the current situation. And I said, obviously I've got to prioritise my contact with people to look after my parents and things like that, who are both isolated, and I'm sort of their nearest immediate point of contact with the outside world if they do need anything. So it is something that I've got to take that into consideration first before anything else. So my shops are still open. These heads will be going up soon, hopefully. I'm not exactly sure exactly when, but I just want to make it clear that any orders placed today and after for the foreseeable future will be subject to additional postage costs. Again, I apologise, but it's to make sure that I'm taking proper precautions, but I'm also taking proper precautions for everyone who I send orders out to, because I know obviously in these times of self-isolation people do want to sort of put projects together and do things, so I do want to keep my shops open for all of you as well. But that brings to a close another custom figure showcase the Doctor is in. As always, I hope you'll enjoy this video. Like, favorite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot. Be sure to go to the description below for a link to my Patreon. I'm doing my very first figure animation and you can get involved. There's exclusive content and rewards for those who do so, and funding my Patreon in any way gets your name at the end of my videos. I salute you all, and I will see you with another video very soon.